Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to bring to you a build video, and I have done Firebrand in the past. However, I tended to look more on their supportive aspects and make videos based on that. I wanted to challenge myself a little bit and rip myself from the support playstyle and try out the burning / condition damage focused Firebrand. So I whipped up a quick build and took it into a couple games, and so far it's worked out swell. So I thought I'll bring it to you today, and we're going to go over the specializations right now. For the specializations, I have decided to take Valor, middle, Radiance, top, middle, top, and Firebrand, top. I'm very interested in Stoic Demeanor, as I don't really know if there's any hype about it, so I wanted to give it a shot and a chance, and more on my thoughts on that to come. And for the runes and amulet, I am taking the amulet Deadshot and the runes of Balthazar for more burning. And finally, for my weapons and utilities, I am taking the Axe Torch combo, while Greatsword is on my second weapon set. And for my utilities, I'm taking Mantra of Solace, Potence, Flame, Purging Flames, and Mantra of Liberation. And now that I've laid the groundwork, let's jump into my thoughts and some gameplay of this burning-based Firebrand. So right off the bat, we have this Weaver that I'm fighting, and I've noticed that, especially with this build and Guardian in general, they're really strong in a 1 versus 1 scenario. With their lower health pool and their heavy armor, which sometimes doesn't really feel like it's doing much, they're quite squishy, especially if you get into 2v1s or 1v2s where you're outnumbered. You will have a much harder situation to deal with. So when you are facing off with one other person, I tend to have much more comfortable scenarios where I tend to win more often. And mostly with burning, it is such a strong condition to begin with, and when you end up racking up 10, 15 stacks of burning, they end up whittling down quite quickly. So that's one of the benefits of the Guardian, and especially with the Firebrand in general, is their first tome, their Tome of Justice. I believe I'm a Guardian main, and I'm forgetting the name of that. Their F1 ability, their first tome, you have such a wide variety of methods to burn. You have your AoE burn, you have your 5th skill, which allows your allies to burn on attacks, you have your auto attack, which just does a straight up cone of fire which burns them. So you have quite a few methods. And quickly switching gears to this scenario, in this game, it happened to be that this little slice of the map, this corner, was just the death corner where so many people were dying, and I had so much fun with this, mostly because Firebrand has so much AoE potential when using your tomes and even your mantras. So I managed to just get a bunch of burns off of people and watch them die. Some more review of my axe playstyle. I still am trying to get used to playing with the axe in PvP because I don't use it super often because I typically play support, and that calls for mace. But I've been having a lot of fun, especially with the 3rd skill on the axe, which pulls your enemy close to you, and it's a nice interrupt if they don't have stability on. So I like to use my 3rd skill and then lead up with my 2nd skill, which, because it's traded, it will continue to daze them. And then, of course, once they're dazed, you can just start wailing on them with an auto attack and throw off some mantras and, you know, call it a day if they happen to not have any stun breaks. But in PvP, people typically have stun breaks, so prepare for them to get up. With my mantras, I am taking the trait which reduces my mantra recharge time. However, because I don't tend to take that trait specifically, I won't be using my 3rd charge of the mantra often, and that is something I have to work on with this build. So keep that in mind. Because you are taking that trait, feel more comfortable to use your 3rd charge of the mantra. I will say that the charge time is still a little long in PvP scenarios, and I think it'd be interesting to see if that trait also accommodated for the cast time of it, but that might be a little too strong. but just a thought. So I've covered actually the 2 traits that I've taken, my Axe trait for Firebrand and the Mantra trait. I still haven't touched on Stoic Demeanor, and I will right now. So for Stoic Demeanor, I have mixed thoughts. On one hand, on my angel shoulder, it's saying that it's useful, and slow is always useful. In a PvP scenario. It's useful for players who want to PvP. Because slow is powerful, you're slowing down their actions and everything. But on my other shoulder, the devil shoulder, oh, this was a fun fight, I'm just gonna say, side note. On my right shoulder, my devil's saying, what does slow have to do with Firebrand? Like, where does slow fit in? To that I say nowhere. And I don't know why it's slow. I really don't. Quick fire would probably be much more interesting in this build, but quick fire is kind of like an offensive support because you're giving it out to allies. So in general, I think Stoic Demeanor is a very strange trait to have. I have thoughts about doing a much more lengthy review of Firebrand, in my opinion, after all this time since Pathfinder came out. But that was just a quick game. I hope everyone enjoyed some gameplay and just, you know, some fun Firebrand stuff. Check it out if you want. Subscribe for more content and builds. Like the video if you liked it, and comment below on your thoughts on Firebrand. I'll see you next time.